So next up, we're introducing a couple of our friends here from Item 9 Labs. We've got Andrew Bowden, the CEO, and Mike Weinberger, the Chief Franchise Officer, as we move them over. Andrew, how are you?
Doing well. How are you, Patrick?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm enjoying a lovely day here in Michigan. We'll take the sun when we can get it. Where are you based again?
Arizona,
Oh,
Phoenix.
rub it in, man. Rub it in. Nice and warm and toasty, I bet.
It is. It is.
Awesome. Well, I will let you get into it. The ticker here for our friends in the chat, I believe, is INLB. Did I get that right?
That is correct.
Okay, I'll let you go to town, Andrew.
Awesome. Thank you, Patrick. Hey, everyone. Andrew Bowden, CEO of Item 9 Labs. If you've seen a few of my previous presentations, you know that cannabis has hit my family in a personal and a business way through my mother battling with cancer. She's now 4 years cancer-free with the help of cannabis. So it's a big part of our lives, and we're definitely very vested as well. A few things I want to talk about with Item 9 Labs and Unity Road today is really what our company means and the three pillars that we're really focused on. One of those pillars, as you can see with the Unity Road, is our franchise storefront, which is our biggest growth opportunity and really what's going to change the future of cannabis. I also want to talk about our premium product brand, which is Item 9 Labs. And we're going to be bringing those product brands into several new markets while growing existing markets as well. And the third pillar that we really focus on is our team. We have a ton of experience, hundreds of years of experience in several different sectors, and we're going to be talking about that here shortly, so we can jump in. Well, I am unable to change the slide right now for some reason. Oh, there we go.
Just a heads up, Andrew, we don't see it having changed on our end yet.
Yeah, it's not changing. I'm not sure why. Sorry, technical difficulties here.
No problem. No problem.
Let me bring it back up 1 second. All right, is it changing now? Awesome. All right, so I'm going to walk through this for you really quick. I'm going to read through it and do a couple key highlights in here. So Item 9 Labs Corp, together with Unity Road, elevates cannabis consumer trust through premium cannabis products, modernized retail franchises, and ongoing education to communities nationwide, inspiring confidence in the benefits of cannabis for all. A couple things I want to highlight is, the Unity Road storefront. I mean, that is going to be our biggest growth opportunity. Moving into several different states and all the different agreements we currently have. Our Item 9 product is a very premium brand. We are selling a 20% premium to our current market in Arizona. We're also expecting that in Nevada when we open in Q4 of this year. Another key piece here is our education teams. We have a wonderful education team, and I think that in cannabis, education is one of the most powerful tools that we can use to allow people to understand the difference of what cannabis can do for you, for your health, and for ongoing ailments. So we were founded back in 2017 here in Phoenix, Arizona. This last year, we uplisted to the OTCQB, and actually within the same month, we were requested to be uplisted to the OTCQX. As mentioned previously, our ticker symbol is INLB. We have had a 20% sequential quarter-over-quarter growth over the last 5 quarters. And every time we change these slides, it's interesting because we're actually over 1 million packaged goods sold. Every time we're changing them, we're actually realizing that we're already surpassing those goals. We've got 54 acres of approved cultivation. That's actually broken up into 50 acres in Arizona and 4.6 acres in Nevada. That's Pahrump, Nevada, just outside of Las Vegas. We have over 30 agreements with over 10 entrepreneurial groups, and that spans across 6 different states. We have over 200 years, well over 200 years combined experience in cannabis and franchising. And with our acquisition with dispensary permits and dispensarytemplates.com back in 2018, we do have 15 different markets that we have won licenses. This is a very important piece because bringing the dispensary permits team with the Unity Road team is just a great marriage, and we're going to continue down that path. So to expand a little bit on our facilities, in Arizona, we do have 50 acres, which gives us a lot of room to grow with only two 10,000 square foot buildings. We have a master site plan that's comprised of 80,000 square feet of indoor grow, 314,000 square feet of greenhouses, 60,000 square feet of ancillary buildings for the greenhouses, and 5 acres of outdoor. The reason we're expanding so much is because of the anticipated revenues of $1.5 billion by 2024 in Arizona alone. And with our vertically integrated products, we're going to be expanding our national footprint while we move into these different states with our franchises. And we do have an extremely CapEx light model with the franchise model. As we move into these other states, traditional MSOs are going to have to expend that capital, where we bring in franchisees that will use their own capital as well. And franchising is the vehicle that will keep dispensaries locally owned and operated. It is beginning to be more difficult for MSOs to win licenses in these different states and to get their licenses through acquisitions in these different states. We, as Unity Road, are keeping these dispensaries locally owned and operated. Franchising is the future. Nearly 1 in 10 retail businesses are franchised, and 50% of retail is sold through a franchise. That's how we know that franchising is the future of cannabis. And franchise businesses are 2.5 times more likely to succeed than non-franchise businesses. One of the things we like to say is, we have 1,000 partners, so you only need one. What we're doing is we are bringing everything in-house in order for our franchise partners to have the best shot possible. What we're showing here is several different industries, but if you look at the cannabis industry, we are the only national franchise opportunity right now. Here is a map. You see in the orange, you've got existing agreements and operations, and then we have our targeted near-term expansion and our headquarters and current cultivation and production. We have not included Nevada on this because it is not currently up and operational yet. So again, as I was mentioning prior with the MSOs, the MSOs are having to spend capital in these different markets when they're moving into new states. Well, with the franchise model, entry into new states is actually a benefit over $100,000. With opening retail in existing markets, we're seeing a benefit. And also with launching new brands and establishing distribution of products, we're actually seeing a benefit as the franchisee is bringing that to the table. We do have extremely innovative technologies as well. I'm going to show you on the next page our vast product line. All right. So we also have a couple technologies that I want to talk about. So the Apollo 710 pod and the Orion 710 pod. You can see the Apollo on the right-hand side and the Orion on the left-hand side. These are two proprietary devices that we are the only ones utilizing this technology. One of our founders helped us discover this technology with a partner that really just designed the full product itself. And the rest of our product line is there. So I like to think of this as a funnel. So on the left-hand side, you have the franchise piece, which is $100,000 in upfront fees, 7% gross revenue model ongoing, and a 10-year agreement. And on our right-hand side, we have our Item 9 branded products from our cultivation, more than 50% profit margins on all CPGs, and extensive product offerings across all cannabis categories. And that brings it down to a consistent product offering with a built-in premium supply chain. And again, I talk about that third pillar, our team. We've got an amazing team, and it just shows in the numbers. We've got over 300 franchises awarded in more than 5 different countries. And this is a very interesting piece because when you're crossing state lines in the cannabis industry, it's almost like you're crossing country lines with the different regulations that are in place. So this is a very important piece as well. We've got over 100 concepts we've supported for franchise development. 24 cannabis industry awards, 15 different states that we've won licenses, and we've operated cultivation sites in 11 different states, provinces, commonwealths as well. Also, again, on our team's collective experience. Over 170 years in retail, 130 years in consumer packaged goods, over 100 years in legal cannabis, and over 50 years in franchising. So I'm going to move on to this slide. This slide really is just depicting, I know the number's a little bit small, but this is depicting our 20% quarter over quarter revenue growth starting in Q1 of 2020 through Q1 of 2021. As you can see, I'll highlight a couple of numbers. Adjusted EBITDA back in Q1 of 2020 was negative $1,019,000. Fast forward to Q1 of 2021, we are looking at a positive adjusted EBITDA of $356,000. So just to highlight a couple of things that we're doing, and also our pillars. We are going to be expanding that 50-acre site with over 650,000 square feet of operations, in addition to what we currently have. And remember, all of the growth that we've had is just in the same two buildings. We're going to be launching those Item 9 products into the Nevada marketplace here in Q4 of this year. And as we move our franchise, or as we gain franchise partners in other states, we're going to then be moving our IP and also our premium product brand, Item 9 Labs, into the different states where we have clusters of franchises. And we are going to become the most trusted brand in cannabis through our premium award-winning products and our unique franchise model. And we've also got over 30 agreements with 10 different entrepreneurial groups across 6 different states. And we have that consistent 20% quarter over quarter revenue growth. All right, so here's on the left-hand side, you've got our investor contact. And the right-hand side, you've got our franchise opportunities contact. And I think we can jump into some questions.
Awesome. I'm back. I have a different camera. I had some ugly video lag there, so you guys tell me if this is better or worse. But okay, let's dive in here if you don't mind, Andrew. Okay, so what do you guys need to see to open a franchise and to connect with a potential partner? You know, are you looking at geography? Are you looking at population? Obviously, the market, whether it's adult use or whatever, is obviously going to factor into that. But can you give us just a little high level on what you guys are looking to see?
Absolutely. I do also have Mike Weinberger here, the Chief Franchise Officer. So I will pass it over to him on a few of those details. I think he might be on the but yeah, absolutely. We really look at every single aspect, and we're ensuring that our partners are good partners, and then also looking into the different states. Michael, I'll let you continue on that.
Hey, Patrick, how are you?
I'm great, Mike. Thanks, man. Thanks. Give us
Happy
what we
Thursday.
need to know about this franchise stuff, man. This is cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's super fun, and we're Andrew and I are super excited to be bringing it out to everyone as as an opportunity for good people from the communities to be able to actually, let's just say, compete with the MSOs, right? How does someone who has zero experience in cannabis compete with an $11 billion like Curaleaf, a $11 billion company? It's us. So what we're really looking for is good people. Our current entrepreneurial groups, our current franchisees come from all walks of life. They've been franchisees at Subway, Planet Fitness, Orange Theory. They worked in family business, and they've had some successful exits. And they see cannabis as the fastest growing industry in the world, but they know enough to know that they can't do it alone. And that's really where we're getting our franchisees and our leads and our prospective franchisees from.
Very cool. So, what's the ideal customer set look like for you? Well, or I guess customer set's not the right word. The ideal partner group look like for you when it comes to these franchisees, right?
Yeah.
I'm interested to take that a step further, right? Because I know there are a lot of problems in this industry that I think many people are endeavoring to solve, whether it's the social equity gap, or whether it's those sort of mom and pop shops or interested parties in the cannabis industry that maybe don't have the wherewithal and don't know how to run a cannabis business, right? So maybe coming to folks like you guys to help them start that initiative and jump in sort of head first in that capacity might be interesting. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly. I mean, you asked the question, you kind of answered it in the perfect way. That's who's coming to us, right? These are people from the community, and as every state is adding a social equity component to their license and applications, they qualify. They are people from the communities who have been disproportionately impacted by the war on drugs. They want to give back. They see this keeping money in the community, and they get to the application phase and realize, how are they going to fill out a 200-page RFP? They have zero cannabis experience, and that's where the worlds meet, right? We Item 9 also owns dispensary templates and dispensary permits. So we've been in this business for a long time of filling out and winning in the application phase and winning licenses. So that was a natural segue to bringing the franchise model to the masses through Item 9. We have everything you need. We have licensing application, the business experience, both on franchising cannabis. We have in-house construction, in-house real estate. Our marketing department has won awards. Our product lines have won the Earl Cup down in Arizona and hopefully High Times in June. So we have everything they need. And unfortunately, or fortunate for us, there's no one else out there that's really doing what we do, which is we don't own any of your business. We're putting people in business. They own 100% of it. We just want to kind of level the playing field a little bit, if that makes sense.
It does. That seems to be interesting to me. I've heard of other folks kind of poking the bear here and potentially being interested in doing a franchise sort of model, but it wouldn't be 100% ownership for the franchisee, right? So that's interesting that you guys do that. So in the last couple minutes here, the one question that comes to mind to me is, those folks who are looking at your company as a potential investment, right? What should they know about the franchise model? And you guys have been doing it for years. The collective experience definitely seems high there. What should they know about the model? What should they know about the ROI for the company? Is it a longer term play? Is it something that, will yield results and catalysts in the near term? What should they be looking at, these investors watching now?
Sure. Andrew, you want to grab that one or you want me to grab it?
Yeah, if you want to grab it, and I'll just follow up. I got a few comments as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a prospective investor, and this is just my opinion, there are a lot of really great cannabis companies out there, a lot of great products, a lot of great strategies, a lot of great management teams, but everyone says the same thing, to be honest. We're different. No one else has a franchise model, and it is not on the front, it's doing the right thing of putting people in business, right? People from the community, but on the backside, from the business side for the investor, it's capital light. We can scale and open 100, 200, 300 locations, and it's not our money, it's our franchisees. So it diversifies across the country there, but it's in a window as capital flows in cannabis, and we've all seen that over the last 5 years. It's not our capital dependent to grow. So if the window closes again or changes a little, we have a leg up. So I'll hand it over to Andrew to kind of finish off on that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the biggest pieces behind our company, is the fact that we don't need 1, 2, 300 million to propel this thing forward into all the legal states. It can be a lot less capital, right? A very, very minimal amount of capital walking into these states. And if we do have the capital, then we can allow our franchise partners to take loans from us and loan them through that process and make sure that they get into business in the right way. And again, we've got 1,000 partners, so they only need one on that franchise side. And really, we're just ensuring that they're running a successful business as well.
Awesome. Well, guys, I really appreciate you being here. Where can people reach you?
Yeah, so I headed up Item 9 Labs, info at Item 9 Labs, and we can get you to the right place.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys being here. We love the story. I think it's really interesting. It's a fun way to get people involved in the industry with a lot of collective experience and that expertise that you guys are bringing to the table. So props to you. Thanks for coming. It's INLB for those of you in the chat that are watching, and we'll see you guys around.
Awesome.
Thanks, Patrick.
Have a good
All
day.
right. You too. Take care now.